Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Ttr Friday with myself, Billy, and Alex, and of course, the usual rabble for Ttr Friday. We're joined by none other than Jimmy and the King of Qatar, Mr. Roy Caviani. Now, tonight we're going to do things have a little bit of fun as well, but we're also going to talk, about the week, the news that's gone by on Ttr Friday now. So we'll be discussing, the managers' behaviours and things like that. And no doubt we've all got something to say on that. And also whatever you guys want to discuss. So it's an open forum. We'll still have our usual sections, of course. Stato will shame somebody. We will see the dancing cow for Billy and see what he's got to say. But of course, any questions you want to ask, fire them at us as well. The usual rules, they're not really rules, but if you do enjoy the show, please do hit the like button. And if you're new to the show, please fancy subscribing. It is free to do so. And it doesn't cost a penny, like I say, and hit that bell, which will let you know when we go live, upload, or schedule a show. We're already well into the towards 16,100 subs, which is incredible since yesterday. So thank you so much to everybody for that. And later on the show, we're going to be having our first ever interactive quiz with you guys. Billy's frozen in a very funny position there. I'm not sure whether he's just coat hanging himself or something like that. He's back. So, yeah, what's going to happen is I'm going to put the link up in the chat a bit later on. And if you fancy coming on and testing your Newcastle United knowledge against, cheers, Billy. If you fancy testing your knowledge against me, Alex, Jimmy, or Roy, you can come on. You don't have to put your camera on, just as long as you've got a microphone, and fire questions at us. You get to choose who you want to play against. So it'll be like you'll get 3 questions each or something like that, not too many, and then we'll get the next person on, and they will be able to choose who they want to go against. So if you fancy taking me on, Alex, Roy, or Jimmy, I'll put the link up later on, and we'll get that cracking as well. So that should be great fun. Yeah, you froze during your star jumps there, Billy, so it was very interesting. It looked like you'd been hung by a hanger, but never mind. I must put this comment up because I think it's bloody hilarious. Mark Wagstaff came on at 7:30 and said he can't hear anything and asked if there was a technical problem. And Aaron put him right by saying it doesn't start for 25 minutes. So good evening, Mark. I hope you're well. And you've been waiting a nice, good time for the show to start. We've got a $8.99 super chat in from 12th man Toon. Thank you very much. He says he's been around since less than 5K. Needed a chuckle because I've just found out my mum has cancer again. And Billy's frozen pose definitely provided. Glad to see the channel is going well. Keep on going. Seriously, man, all the love and best wishes and prayers to your mum. That's really bad news, but if you're saying she's got it again, she's come through it the first time, I'm sure she'll battle the second time as well. So send our love to your mum. Thank you very much. And of course, if you do super chat, everybody, you do get your comment read out first. And you don't have to wait till we might get there. We might not. Tom says, evening, everyone. Looking forward to my trip down south to Sheffield tomorrow. Mark says, I've watched some footage of Freshneda on the Dennis Wise scouting channel yesterday, and he looks very handy. What the hell is the Dennis Wise scouting channel?
I think he just loves YouTube.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Okay. What the hell do I know?
That's where Dennis Wise found Cisco and
yeah. Watched Alan Varela, and he looks like an absolute monster, says Aaron. Yes, he does. Jordy Boy says, glad it's TDR Friday. Need a good laugh after giving up music. Why have you given up music? You've just sent a load of songs to us, man. You've got to keep going. Don't give that up. Rachel's in the house with the usual mods rules. Respectful, no caps and no duplicates, and let's have a good show. Southern Geordie says, big week coming up for the Toon. Hopefully 2 cup progressions followed by 3 points against Fulham. I think we need it after a couple of draws. Getting Isak back would be a huge boost. I think he's going to play tomorrow. I really do. I just have a hunch that Eddie's playing mind games again in his press conference. Roy, could you see Isak starting the game tomorrow?
I hope so. But how long has he been training? 10 days or something? So,
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, even we'll see maybe in the second half, or it'll be a surprise if he starts. I'm hoping Maxi starts as well.
He could get an hour, couldn't he? I mean, I think Maxi will start. He
Lewis
may have
as
a
well.
point to prove. Yeah. George, good evening, my friend. Hope you're well. David says, good evening, everybody. Is it just me, or do others find themselves looking at the league table and reading bottom up instead of top down? Yeah, we've done that for years, which is a nice difference. Good evening to Keith. Ian says, good evening, everyone. Another sad day, losing another great player. Yeah, I do want to talk about that. The sad passing of Gianluca Vialli today. Billy, I mean, you remember Vialli. I mean, he was a wonderful footballer, a really good striker, but he seemed like an all-round decent man as well.
Yeah, I can remember first seeing Gianluca play in the 88 European Championships.
Yeah.
For Italy. He was only 24, 25 then. Him and full head of hair, full head of curly hair.
Yeah,
him
absolutely.
And Mancini with the strikers. It was also Maldini's first tournament, so they were building from youth then. Went to Juventus, won Champions League with them. Outstanding striker, really was. He was overshadowed in the '90 World Cup by Mr. What's his face?
Scalacci. Yeah, Scalacci.
Yeah. Overshadowed by him in the World Cup. And then, of course, he came to England, did wonders for Chelsea, then became the manager when Hullet was sacked. And like you say, he seems like a really, really decent bloke. Sense of humour. Learned the language really quick too. Couldn't speak a word of English within 6 months. A bit like our Bruno. Speak perfect English. He just settled into and in the end, he settled in London, didn't he? Yeah, great player. Really sad day for football.
I didn't realise last season when the Euros were on, I didn't actually realise that he was poorly then. I mean, I knew he'd been poorly, but everybody thought that he'd beaten it and was on the right side. But apparently wasn't a well man at the Euros last year, but he certainly hit it well. I mean, Alex, what do you remember about Vialli?
Not much, if I'm completely honest. Other than that, it's just another talented player we've lost recently. It seems to be a lot. We go through phases where there just seems to be we lose everybody in quick succession. So hopefully we can have a few months of not losing any stars, and we can just concentrate and enjoy.
I mean, when he was at Sampdoria, they were the side that all the English fans followed, because Wilkins was there, Souness was there, Trevor Francis was there. So they were kind of every Englishman's favourite Italian team.
Yeah. I think the one thing that him and Mancini, they didn't. Was it the Champions League? They just missed out on at Sampdoria, which was a real disappointment for them. They never really got over that. It was one of the big ones that I heard on the radio today, which was very interesting. Might have been. It was one of the big ones, Billy. I know that but they had a wonderful side at Sampdoria. I mean, Roy. Obviously, when he came to Chelsea, he was the first Italian manager in the Premier League. Of course, when he got moved up to manager at Chelsea, and he was a really good striker, wasn't he? I mean, but his management as well. He won a couple of trophies when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah, early 2000s as well. Was it him when they beat us in the semi-final as well?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Was it him?
Yeah.
It's one of those people you wish he was coaching us as well.
Yeah, he was
a really
a
nice
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Before I remember, I was a little kid before 1990, and everybody thought he's going to be the next big thing in the World Cup. And the first game they struggled, and then Scalacci came on, and within 2 or 3 games he was on the bench, and then Scalacci went on and scored 6 goals. It was a golden boot, I think, for that World Cup.
Yeah, he was. We did get a question about who was looking after set pieces at St James's. Alex has just put me right on that. It's Stephen Purchase, Graham Jones, and Jason Tyndall are in charge of the set pieces at Newcastle. What did you make of Vialli, Jimmy? Do you have much remembering him as a player or manager?
Oh yeah, American fans remember him from the '90 World Cup, where he missed the penalty in the U.S.-Italy match. Well, of course, they went on to still win 1-0. But I remember the game after that, he was dropped for Baggio.
Yeah.
And then we made his way back into the lineup. I mean, he was coming into the tournament one of the main foreign players that was really hyped over here for the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
he was a good egg, wasn't he?
Amazing. Yeah, a couple of great assists he had in the tournament.
And it wasn't Vialli responsible for bringing Zola over, Billy? I'm sure I heard somebody say that today. I can't quite remember.
I don't think he signed him, but I think he would have had a lot to do with him coming.
Yeah,
in the first place. I think Hull had signed him.
Was it Hull? Was it? I can't quite remember. Jordan, good evening to you. I'm sorry to hear about your auntie, Jordan. Keep your chin up, matey. Jordan's auntie, I believe, has passed away earlier this week. So sorry to hear that. Spacebar, good evening. Albie, good evening. Julie J. Devon is in the house. Geordie Howayman says, are you the only mod working tonight, Rich? I'm not sure who is behind the scenes. Joe Linton just says, rise. Johnny Vickers, good evening. Hope you're well. John's Backdoors here tonight. Paul Sprague, James Welsh, good evening. Dave, good evening. Jordan says, Roy and Jimmy, hello. The Magpie Review says, good evening, people. Up the A1 says, it's Ttr Friday again. Great way to start the weekend. Thank you very much. Wes, good evening to you. KB's here as well. Mitchie, good evening. Mary. Andy says, about yes, everyone. Hope you all have a wonderful wee night. The wrestling man is in the house. I think he must have to be a bad guy again in the wrestling. 1-1.
Lemon.
Wow. Okay. Who scored first?
Man United, Anthony, and I think Connor Cody's just equalised.
Oh God.
Who?
Yeah. Oh God.
Who?
Kevin Ratcliffe.
Yeah, my ass. That fabulous central defender. He's done it again. Connor Cody. What can you say?
Again.
Well,
For the first time.
Indeed. Michael says, what's happening with the left back from Madrid?
Nout.
I take he's talking about Mendy.
Yeah.
Now, listen, there has been... Anyway, there's been nothing said about Mendy. I've heard that a certain channel is saying that he's signing on Monday, right? Nothing has been mentioned about Mendy. Absolutely nothing. And if we're to sign Mendy from Real Madrid, we're going to have to smash our wage structure, right? So, if that happens, I will eat Roy Caviani's beard, right? So,
I'll send it by DHL.
Thank you very much.
It's not going to happen anyway.
Yes. Andrew says, what a screen lineup, lads. It's like an advert for beards and hair dye. Thank you very much. You could have said worse. You could have said prison or something like that. I don't know. It's quite nice. The big right hand is here again with his regular Christmas cracker joke. So here we go. He says, Paul, I sent my hearing aids in to get fixed 3 weeks ago, and I've not heard anything since.
That one fell on deaf ears, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Bawamba, happy birthday. And he's Isak's coming back. He is indeed. Brian, good evening. Yes, Arsenal players have been charged by the FA, but nothing for Arteta. Does that surprise you, Alex?
Yeah.
It does, considering his antics. I'm not surprised Gabriel's been charged. If Gabriel wasn't charged, I would have been very frustrated because of specifically what happened to Isaac Hayden when he complained about the Chelsea game that we played, and he got fined for that. So the fact that Gabriel tweeted a compilation of what he thought were errors and then put a facepalm emoji, don't do that. Don't do that. No. So I'm glad that the players have been punished, but the manager as well should be punished also. It's just ridiculous. It's as many people have been saying on social media.
Yeah,
I heard Gabriel mentioned, so I can help it.
Well, it's what Leeds did against us was essentially okay, but the fact that we've done the same against Arsenal is suddenly different.
Yeah, I know.
Somehow, because it's different teams. And
Alex, you broke into song there when you said somehow.
It's just irked me so much. My timeline, I've had to start muting key phrases on Twitter that are connected to Arsenal because I'm just bored.
Yeah,
I'm so bored of it now.
Yeah.
It's been days and they will not stop. We're
going to come on to that in a minute because we're going to talk about the managers because I'm sure Jimmy and Roy want to say something as well. But Christmas 365 has a question for you, Alex, about how you became interested in stats.
To be fair, it's a similar concept to the way I defend Maxi. It was years of watching certain players go either under the radar or underappreciated, mainly through just ex-pundits and armchair merchants, especially before YouTube was massive as well. I just felt a little bit sorry for a lot of players that put in a lot of hard grind and just never got any credit. And there's a lot more to football than people think. It's only recent years that we've really got into stats and tactics, and it's become a lot more available to the general public. But yeah, I just took an interest in it personally at a young age, and there's been a lot of examples of it. I think one of my first one of the first things that really made a difference to me was Michael Carrick for England, and Michael Carrick's performances for the old Man United. And the way the England midfield really struggled, I think that bothered me a lot. I think people overlooked a lot of the way the midfield worked for England. Really bugged me because we'd got arguably behind Xavi and Iniesta, we'd got the most technically gifted midfield in the world. We never utilised it. We got Scholes and we'd got Carrick coming through, who was excellent, and we'd got Gerrard and Lampard. I think it was that. I think it was that specifically that frustrated me so much. Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Dylan says Mendy to Newcastle. Guys, bloody hell, Jimmy, are they coming for you again? I'll just mute you. I've just muted him for a bit because that's deafening me, that siren there. I don't know what he's ranting on in the background about. He's having a rant at something, but I can't hear him. Anyway, can you let us know, those of you that are putting Mendy to Newcastle question marks, let us know where you heard that news, please, because it's nowhere in where I get mine. So there you go. Fez, good evening. He says, how am I still arguing with delusional Arsenal fans nearly 5 days after the game? I think that's enough social media for a while.
It's literally me, mate. It's the same thing I'm going through.
Yeah. Brian says, Freshneda and Mendy in next week. Oh, Christ on a bike, man. Seriously. The less we hear about Dennis Wise, the better. Up the A1 says, great news on passing 16K. Thank you very much, mate. Or family, as they are. Great family they are. Alex, you seem to be laughing. What's going on?
Well, I've just tried to scroll through Twitter to have a look at any Mendy news. And I've just been alerted to some Everton protest signs that are all back to front in their game, so nobody can see what they say.
Well, there you go. Sean says, evening, everyone. Looking forward to a great show. You're all a credit to Tyneside. Thank you very much, Sean. I see Brentford have signed Romeo. Yes, they have. Very interesting signing. Apparently, he's quite a good footballer. Big Right Hand says, Paul, I've been telling all my mates about the benefits of eating black dry grapes. It's all about raising awareness. Okay, stopping now. Yes, please. Dennis Wise was now but a poisonous dwarf with a chip on his shoulder. Those were dark days. Indeed, they were. Daniel says hi from North Carolina. Good evening, Daniel, or afternoon as it is over there. Yeah, all right, Jimmy. Les says, I'm sure it's Friday the 13th today. My clutch went on my car, then found out someone tried to take £60 out of my bank, so needing a good laugh tonight. Jimmy, there's one Les, there's one word for them, mate, and that's bastards. Geordie Boy says Isak in from the start, definitely. Jimmy, what do you reckon? What's your view on Isak? Do you think he'll get an hour or he'll come on a sub?
Come on as a sub.
Right.
I'm with Roy on this one.
Well, Alex and Billy, you think that as well, don't you? So
Wilson needs minutes, doesn't he?
Well, yeah.
Wood probably.
No, Roy. Listen, I know you're a big Wood fan, boy, but enough's enough, man. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
I changed my mind now.
Yeah. Rightly
changed
so.
my mind.
Rightly bloody so. Daniil, good evening to you. I hope you're well, Daniil. Mason, good evening. Yeah. De Gea dance? What the hell?
Has just had an absolute shocker.
The Everton goal's hilarious. They'll probably
Oh,
be
right,
calling
okay.
Mandy back.
Yeah.
to
Gone
go
through
out
his
this week.
legs, but bounced off. It's bounced off either shin about 6 times.
Yeah, like a
And
pinball
gone in
machine.
for an Everton goal. Terrible.
Solo says, did you read Anderson not going on loan? Listen, Solo, do you watch the videos on this channel? I broke that story at about 11 o'clock this morning when Eddie Howe said it at his press conference. He isn't going on loan. He's going to be used this season. I don't know where or when, but Eddie said he's got a big part to play. So we were, and people that reported it were very, very wrong. He's going nowhere. Daniil says Vialli, class player and an absolute class as a human being. Julie says Vialli, a true legend. Absolutely. Dave says hopefully Anderson can start getting some game time, if not going on loan. He's staying, Alex, but where does he fit in?
I would argue that it would have to be with the departure of somebody like Fraser. Anderson seems to be a left-sided player. Whenever he's played, it seems to either be in the left-sided 8 position, which either Willock or Joe Linton are currently occupying, or he'll play out on the left wing. At Bristol Rovers, I think he played in the 10 a couple of times, but it's generally a left-sided midfield or a left wing position. So I'm not sure is the answer to that, because Maxi is an incredible left winger and he's not getting minutes. So good question, but it's incredible praise from the manager. The fact that he seems to think that Anderson warrants and deserves minutes in the second half of the season. So he's obviously seeing some great things in training, but we've seen some really good stuff from him in short glimpses. So maybe we can see some more from him soon, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew says, don't tell Paul Cody scored. He will be having an orgasm. Or as Andrew puts it, an organism. Yeah.
Organism.
Andrew, watch your fat fingers on your keyboard. Never mind. Billy's love child, Connor Cody, apparently.
That's doing me. That's doing me.
Interesting. Rachel's correcting Andrew as well, saying an organism. Yeah. Kungle Fox says, I saw some plonker. They saw who?
Jed Spence.
Oh, somebody on Twitter posted that they saw Jed Spence somewhere in the northeast with a suitcase, and everybody was just like, "No, shush."
Yeah. Eddie Howe said in his press conference, no imminent signings of yet. Jan, yes, it probably was that channel. Good evening, all. How's my favorite bunch of people? Says Peter. Right, just on this Arsenal debacle, Jimmy, I'll start with you. Obviously, Arteta hasn't been charged for whatever strange reason it is. It's just the players. This behaviour by certain managers in the Premier League, how would you stop this? Or do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's passionate?
How would I stop it? You've got to start issuing bans. Match 1 batch, 2 match, 3. You've got to nip it in the bud, because if not, they're going to continue. Well, not all managers. We all know the ones that act like complete twats on the sidelines. But I mean, with Arteta, I mean, it's every week. It's typical of, behavior from somebody who dyes their fucking hair.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stato. I had to pop that off while he wasn't on camera.
Yeah, I noticed you said it while he's had to nip out. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Klopp, Arteta. I mean, it's just your players. They get. If they see the manager doing this on the touchline, it gives them the permission to go out and act like idiots on the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like our players, resemble our manager.
Yeah. I mean, Kieran
But
Trippier.
it's an embarrassment.
Yeah, Kieran Trippier. The way he. I mean, Billy, you mentioned it last night on the show. The way sort of. Well, Alex, you and Alex mentioned it. The way that sort of Trippier conducts himself on the pitch, pushing all the other Newcastle players away because he's the captain, and he will then go and speak to the referee because that will then generate respect between him and the referee, or the referees as well, who will be watching that game, thinking, "Yeah, Kieran's done that a few times."
I'd go further than I'd go further than bans, to be honest, because the ban's there for them now. I'd start taking points off the clubs. The manager is responsible for the club. Take points off them. If they do it once, lose a point. Do it again, 2 points, and on until they stop. It's the only way they're going to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Roy, what about yourself? I mean, we've seen it a couple of times with Newcastle this season with obviously Jurgen Klopp, the way he performed, because that's all I can think of. It was a performance. It was a dramatic performance, along with Arteta's. But I think it was Billy Alex mentioned last night that, young kids watching on, and, there was this thing not very long ago about referees being abused at grassroots levels, even at children's games. They were deciding that they weren't going to referee anymore due to the abuse they were taking from parents. Now they're seeing Premier League managers behaving in a similar way towards the referees. That can't be a good thing.
It's not, because these guys are role models as well. Kids watch them. They're all players from all clubs and managers that are heroes for all these kids watching. It's basically a big show. And when you look at your hero doing this every week, getting away with it, Arteta himself knows now he's going to get away with it every time he does it. So he's going to keep doing it. Klopp does it, he's going to keep doing it until he gets punished. And what's the punish sometimes? Like £10,000 or something. Like there was that 10 minutes wages for him.
I mean, look, it's going to be nothing. Whatever these fines are. Yeah.
He should be banned for the North London derby.
Well, it should get more than that, more than a ban, more than a one-game ban, because a one-game ban, but a few games away from the touchline, that will affect the team. I mean, a one-game ban away from the touchline, you kind of think, well, that could happen to any manager who's ill or whatever, they can't attend the game. But a 5-match ban, for instance, or even more for abusive officials, that has to come into play, because then that could affect the teams involved. Nathan says, can I ask for Billy and the panel's thoughts on a potential stop clocking being introduced?
No.
This for me is going to be, well, the thing is, Jimmy, you're used to that in the States, because obviously the NHL, the NBA, it goes out of play, the clock is stopped. Now, what they're talking about here is only having 30-minute halves, but every time the ball goes out, the clock stops. I don't think that's going to work. I mean, it can't work over here.
No, and we're accustomed to it because that's the way we've always been brought up. It with our games, that a lot of them we invented, or with hockey. I mean, it's still a North American game, but this is your game. This is your rules. Don't fuck with them for commercial purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense. It's like you guys coming over here and telling the NFL, well, stop. Don't stop the clock anymore.
Yeah,
just let it run.
I mean, for me, the ice hockey works because obviously you get a full 60 minutes of the match. You go there to watch, and now you get an hour's play over 3 20-minute periods. That works. But football, it just wouldn't work. And Alex, I'm now going to put a comment up which is bound to rile you up on a Friday night.
Oh God.
Oliver B says, Maxi has to go. He is a negative when in the team. Listen to Super Mac on this. He's not what we need anymore. Well, Super Mac's never been a fan. Malcolm McDonald's never been a fan of ASM, to be honest. Whenever you hear him talk about him, he's just not a fan. Alex?
Right. All right. I'll try and be... I want to rage, but I'll try and be fair.
Oh, God.
The identity of our teams in recent to sort of medium history has been about flair players. It's been about excitement. It's what's distinguished us from the London clubs and the Northwest clubs, specifically about just dominance, passing, possession. We were just fun. We had fun players. We had Ginola, we've had Hatem Ben Arfa, we've got Maxi. It's what we've always known. It's exciting, it's interesting, it's fun. It's not absolutely perfect. I completely agree that he has defensive discrepancies. Fair enough. But I think you can build a team in which he is fine, because there are plenty of top clubs around Europe that have players that don't do defensive work, and they are fine. There's lots of them around. And I think he's a great player. And I think with a good squad, he can do a lot for us. And that's just how I feel about it. I don't think we need to sell him. I think there's plenty. I think there's at least 10 in this squad that should go before him, in my opinion. If we're going to start selling people, he's not immune, fair enough, but there are others. That's just my take.
Well, Aaron Robson says NUFC blog aggregator. It's all on there, mate. It's supposed to be a double signing on Monday. Well, who's that? Who's this blog aggregator?
No,
it's Sniffer.
Yeah, glue sniffer.
Sniffer.
Because we've not clarified this. Ferland Mendy is on, according to FBref, 200,000 euros a week. And FBref is normally quite moderate and conservative when it comes to estimating salaries. Quite often it's more than that. No, absolutely not. Unless Mendy is the player that we break our wage structure for, then fine. I'm wrong. But is it likely? Absolutely not. Because he's contracted until 2025. So we'd have to pay up a 2-year contract, 2.5-year contract, and destroy all of our wage structure. Absolutely. Not likely.
But the thing is as well, right? The thing is, we always say on this channel that we will do news when the club breaks the news. And for me, that's the right way to do it. Because if you start telling fans, if you start telling them that such and such is going to sign on Monday, channels did that in the summer and looked ridiculously stupid, right? Because people were saying, Ekateke is coming in for a medical. Who was the other one? Christian Eriksen. They were supposed to come on the same day for a medical.
Pedro.
João Pedro,
Romano got embarrassed, and it was quite spot on.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, but if you want to believe it, believe it. If he signs, wonderful, absolutely brilliant. Don't get me wrong, fabulous player. But we will bring the news to you on this channel if and when the club decide to announce anything like that. Not what you've heard on the bloody grapevine of shite. I just won't have it. So, if he signs, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But we're not going to sit here and say, such and such is coming in to sign on Monday until the club announce it. Simple as that.
There is an additional point, which this is for new subscribers and new viewers, that we mentioned this in the summer. There are standard medicals scheduled in at facilities that clubs are connected with anyway during a transfer window. It does not mean because a medical is booked in that it is for a specific player, that it has a stamp on it.
Yeah.
They are in collaboration, not collaboration. What's the right word?
No, they need to book them in anyway, Alex. Yeah.
Some
they have to have. They have to have gaps.
Clubs use private facilities.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that X player is signing. They always have these slots open during a transfer window. It's just how it works.
Read the Mendy thing. Read the Mendy thing before we go any further. Hardly anything in the press about it. If Ferland Mendy was coming to the Premier League, it would be all over the back pages. Now, if the journalists don't know, how does Fred from whatever channel know?
Yeah,
bollocks.
I know.
Bollocks.
Yeah, I agree. Mark Cooper says Willy Wonka and Charlie Bucket are coming in on Monday. Well, that's probably more likely. R4 says the Scott McTominay noise is too loud for my liking. Nathan says Melior's linked by Transfer Market. Didn't see anything about Mendy. I can't see us bringing Melior in either. I mean, why would we need to? Johnny says, I finally saw that video on Ty on Facebook somewhere. Never seen a grown man act more like my 7-year-old daughter having, or 7-year-old child having a paddy. Jimmy, have you seen Ty from AFTV, and what's your thoughts?
Never seen it.
All right, okay.
I have.
Go on, Roy.
What a complete bellend. I think he was stoned. I really think he was stoned.
He should have been
Honestly.
afterwards.
Well, the Toon review does not promote violence.
But drugs,
Yeah, I think
yes.
he was. He was on drugs or something. There's no way an adult behaves like that and says that shit.
I do know what you're talking about.
It was outside the stadium, straight after the game.
Yes, hilarious.
There you go.
They were in. Oh, he was in meltdown. It was beautiful.
And he gets paid to make Sky Sports appearances and soccer Saturday appearances, and he acts like that on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm on the Toon review and I act like that. So
no, you don't act like that. Trust me. If you acted like Ty from AFTV, you wouldn't be on here, mate. I guarantee that. You have a sense of humor. He is being deadly serious. He's not putting that on. He's been a bell end like that for more than a few years. Yeah. He's just incredibly. He's just a bell end. I mean, he really is.
A teaspoon.
Yes, absolutely. And to call us a nothing club, I mean, that is just. I mean, how dare he? You know what I mean? Jan says, I got the word from Thibaut Courtois directly about Mendy.
I think it's serious.
David says, rumours that we are after Paqueta. Any news? Jesus Christ.
He signed about 300 times in the summer.
Yeah, well, look, I'm pleased we didn't sign him. He hasn't exactly set the world on fire like a certain other Brazilian midfielder has. Header says, hi from T Awamutu. It's cup time. Yeehaw. Where the hell is T Awamutu?
Sounds warm.
Awamutu.
Micronesia, that's the same person who's tonight, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it from last night?
I don't think it is.
Town in the North Island, New Zealand.
There you go.
Okay.
Micronesia.
All right.
It's a region in the North Island of New Zealand. Okay.
Oh, maybe not then. It is down
Must be a big Chris Wood fan.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Not as big as you, boy. Not as big as you.
Oh. I don't like him anymore.
Oh, well, there's a surprise.
Fanboy.
Johnny says, evening, guys. Anyone see the Wolves player shirt with the badge upside down? Yes. Another Castori. How is this company providing so many shirts to football clubs? It is bizarre. These guys are the worst producers of kit I have ever seen. I mean, do you know what? Give me Kappa any day of the week or Dunlop. I would wear them rather than Castoria. Yeah. You are a disgrace, Castoria. Absolute nonsense.
Lonsdale had given them a run for their money at the moment.
Hell yes. I mean, high tech. Bring them back. For fuck's sake. Castoria, you are the worst clothing company I have known. You are the most expensive for bullshit. You don't cater for men over 5'4". You don't cater for kids. You don't cater for yourselves because you don't send the fucking stuff out. You're pathetic. You put a badge upside down on a professional footballer's shirt, man. Oh, yeah.
So somebody needs to, at some point, ask Dan Burn. I'll tell you what, I know a few of you, possibly, I don't know if any viewers have, but I know there's a few people bump into Dan Burn occasionally in the Northeast. If anybody does, please ask him, is that a custom fit? It's got to be, because there's no way a default Castore shirt fits Dan Burn. No way. No way.
That's what riled me up when he signed. I mean, I couldn't find one to fit me anywhere in the world. If I had at that time, right, when Dan Burn signed last window, if I was to wear that, a Castoria shirt, I would look like a female beach volleyball player. Right?
Yeah. Sod the tactics, sod the players.
Oh, bollocks.
Is Dan Burn's shirt custom or not custom? That's all we want to know.
Because they suddenly get him the next day posing in a shirt that fits. I mean, come on. Something's not right there. Ian Fleming, thank you very much for your £5 super chat, my friend. He says, what do you guys think about Stan Collymore saying we will sack Eddie Howe in the summer, even if we are in the Champions League? He's an absolute...
What a bed end.
He didn't say that, surely not.
Well, I mean, look, would you be surprised if he did?
I think he'd send an ambulance. He's hurt himself, surely. There's no way.
There's no coincidence here. Gabby Abonlaw, Stan Collymore. Where are they from? All right. Sorry, Julie.
I've got to go there tomorrow, don't.
The world of cheese.
All right, Sally.
Yes.
All right.
The Cheese City, Jimmy.
Yes.
Right, Billy, I hope
We
you're
love
going to
you.
get
We
hammered
love
for
you,
that.
Joey.
I hope you're going to get hammered for that, Billy, because when I last did a Birmingham accent, I got crucified off Julie.
It's more Billy's not doing it justice. It's more depressing than that.
All right.
Oh,
They go down. They always sound a little bit confused at the end of every word. It just goes
Oh.
down.
By the way, just for argument's sake, guys,
Wow.
anybody out there from Birmingham, I had nothing to do with those two imbeciles on the top.
Yeah.
Saying that you have to sound,
Sorry,
you
Jules.
sound depressed every
God.
time. I think that's a terrible
It's
thing
like-
to say.
It's like a city full of short bus riders. I mean, that's what y'all sound like.
To be fair, it gets worse when you go up to Hull, but they're not in the Premier League anymore, so it's fine.
Well, Hull's terrible. Andrew says it was deliberate, you melon. No, it bloody wasn't. You mistyped it, organism. You got it wrong. Just be a man, Andrew, and admit it, sunshine. Hope you're well, by the way. Daniil says, Anderson, one of our own. Magpie says, oh, God, never thought I'd think of Orbitan again. Why are people thinking of Orbitan? Why? Why would you do that? Devon says, also, guys, I forgot to mention, I got my second TTR mug. Now, guys, love it. Go get your merch, people. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've just sent out the recent batch of orders today. They've been shipped out, so you should get them very early next week. Everybody that's had orders placed. Yeah, Fez says, touchline bans, there's passion, and there's been a dickhead. Number one in the know says, hi, guys, defo done deal incoming Monday. Daniil says passion needs to be controlled. I mean, this may sound like a crazy question, but Billy, I'll ask you first, being the man of the people. Have you always been able to control your passion?
In short spurts. Sometimes long spurts, but mainly short spurts.
Oh,
No, absolutely not. I cannot. I wear my heart on my sleeve when I go to football. If we score, I'll hug and jump all over who's closest to me.
Yeah,
the poor person next to me. So no, absolutely not.
But that's why people love, right? That's why people love going to football, because they interact with everyone around them. They become, look, I've become really, good friends with people that sit in front of me, sit around me at the matches. They're great people, and I love sitting there. And, I go on my own. It's a getaway for me. I love going to football, but I love sitting with the people around us now, because as season ticket holders, you get to know the people around you. So it really is nice. Louis, you want to shut your face, pal. Paul looks like a great advocate for Primark clothing. I've got a bloody T-shirt on. What?
He's just wrestling character.
I mean, you could have said Giacomo, but you're obviously too young to remember them.
You cheeky mother!
Why has he said Primark?
Oh, listen, Mister, I'll dye me hair, right? Giacomo, you can piss right off with that sort of shite and all. Hey,
it's sponsorship, we don't discriminate.
I'll get me condoms from them.
Oh, dear. Elaine wants our thoughts on the upcoming Leicester game. Well, Elaine, we will be doing a preview to that in the next coming days. Jimmy, is that the squirrels?
No, it's my daughter.
All right, okay. Dan says Trips will make a brilliant manager one day. Mary says, is it not passion of the game, or are we judging managers too harshly? However, we certainly don't want football to turn into a violent game. Yeah, there's passion and there's going overboard. And that's what some of the Arsenal fans were coming back to me and saying after my video the other day. They were complaining and saying, it's only passion. It's not. There's passion, and then there's going too far, right?
Yeah, I mean, passion is supporting your team, but not insulting other clubs, calling them nobody club, and I can't remember what that bastard called us. But yeah, you don't. Passion is, I support Newcastle. I'm happy. I'm jumping. I'm doing my thing. I'm not insulting the other club. Why are you insulting the other club and the other fans? And yeah, it's not passion.
Yeah.
It's just being a dickhead.
Yeah,
Arteta is a dickhead.
There's a fine line with soccer fans, football fans.
Yeah, don't say
When it
soccer.
comes to-
Jimmy, it's not soccer. right?
It's football.
No. You know what I'm saying. Shut up. But there's a fact because we asked that of our managers, but yet I can, look at the highlights of the crowd at the West Ham Leeds match and about any other match I've been to where you've got a set of fans with children going, "You fucking suck," to the other side, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't come from the managers.
Yeah.
This comes by the parents. And I mean, granted, Arteta did go overboard, but I never had a problem when Mourinho would do it. I thought it was entertaining. I guess
was Mourinho really? Did you ever see Mourinho get?
Watch some highlights.
Yes.
Well,
look.
When he goes,
be more wrong. You've completely forgotten the fact that these managers influence lower league managers.
Listen.
Yeah. I mean, if they're gonna blame football fans for all the ills in the game, I mean.
But it wasn't just about complaining. He was trying to directly influence the fourth official with his whinging.
They do that.
Whinging.
They do that every match. I don't.
And it should be punished.
I mean, our club can't be holier than that. We had Adam Pardew for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
the fourth official does not need to be directly in the two boxes.
I agree. He shouldn't be there because all he does is just get shouted at constantly.
But why is the fourth official not telling the referee of the verbal abuse that he's getting? It's an abuse of an official. Send them to the stand.
He should be on the opposite side.
To be on the opposite side.
Yeah, but they need somebody to get the substitutes on.
They have to do the substitute check and stuff, don't they?
You can find some damn college kid to hold up a damn board with two numbers. It's not that big a deal.
Fair enough.
It's not. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's there to control the bench as well and have a look at what's happening.
Well, you shouldn't have. The referee should be able to control the bench. He has a whistle. If he had a whistle,
I don't know. He's struggling to control the games as it is. We can't give him an extra job.
Then you've got a linesman over there too. If they can get out of half.
I mean, they're half asleep at the moment.
Look, you tell them before the match, if you step out of your box, you're getting a card. That's it. I don't care if it's 1 foot.
I agree with that, but they don't do that. They don't. No, they don't.
And that's the problem. The officials can't bitch about how the game. I mean, what's going on in the game when they have the power to enforce the rules, and they don't. It's kind of like
I have the same opinion with shirt pulls.
It's different.
Single shirt pull, yellow card. But the problem is in the first 2 to 3 weeks of that being implemented, we would have 15 red cards, and it would destroy the game. So it's difficult.
But it is like the NBA. It is certain things are. Well, your stars get more leeway than others on the pitch. Big time stars don't always get the cards. Big time managers don't get discipline.
Yeah. Right. We've got over 500 watching tonight, which is, I think, a record for TTR Friday. So thank you very much for joining us, guys. Those of you that joined late on, we do have a quiz coming tonight, a little something different. There is going to be mugs available for the winners. So we do have prizes to give out. Now, what we're going to do is a bit later, I'm going to put the link to come and join us live on the show. And Billy will be asking Newcastle United trivia questions to us. Now, what you do is when you come on, you can decide who you want to go against. So you can pick me, Alex, Jimmy, or Roy to play against. We'll just do 2 questions each. But first to 2, Billy. That's an easier way of doing it. That'll be a bit quicker. If you win a mug. If you don't, you win absolutely nothing. So screw you. But it is something to take part in. You don't have to come with your camera on. You can just have, as long as you've got a microphone and you can speak to us, that's fine as well. But I'll be putting that up very shortly in around 10, 15 minutes or so. But please do hit the like button if you're enjoying the show. And of course, hit the subscribe button like hundreds of people have this week. It is free to do so. And also that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live, upload, or schedule a show in. And you can also get your merchandise for the Toon Review, which has been selling brilliantly. Everyone wants to show off the mugs and the car stickers and things like that. And this is where you pick that up from.
So let's get down to business.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
Let's get down to business.
There you go, the Toon Review. No, Billy. No, Jimmy. I know, Billy. I'm sorry. Jimmy and Billy, it sounds... my darling fiance has a question for the panel. Now, I do not know where she's got this question from or how the hell she knows the answer to it, okay? But I'll ask you anyway. Question for the panel. Which Greek god gave his name to Amsterdam's top soccer squad? Now, because she's called it soccer, she's got this off the internet. But there you go. She hasn't given me the answer either.
It's quite obvious.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Same people that make floor scouring cream, for instance.
Floor scouring cream?
Yeah. Sinks cleaner and... Well, who's the most famous club in Amsterdam?
Ajax.
Ajax.
Ajax. Well, Susan, is Billy right with Ajax? I think it's time to have a bit of the dancing cow. Who wants a bit of the dancing cow? Billy, you're right. It is Ajax. Well, here you go. It's time for the dancing cow. Born to be alive.
Born to be alive.
There you go. Billy, who is your beef with this week?
It's hard to have a beef against anyone but a certain club in London, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a beef with Liverpool supporters. I know it's a strange week to be doing it, but it's one specific reason. 2 or 3 months back, there was rumours that they were going to get bought out by Saudis or Middle East or something. Yeah, and the Liverpool fans at work were all, we're going to be the richest. You won't be the richest club in the world. We're going to be the richest club. Liverpool. We're Liverpool. All gone cold on that now. The other day, talking about the Arsenal game with a couple of Liverpool fans come up, supporters at work. That's how you not concede a goal at the Emirates against Arsenal. Top 3 club and all that. You'd love to be a top 3 club, wouldn't you? Yeah. But at least we're not owned by murderers. Well, you've changed your fucking tune, haven't you?
Yeah.
I thought, what a fucking fickle bunch of twats, and that's what the war's like.
But you'll find that, and if in the future, any sort of Middle Eastern company comes in to buy these clubs, suddenly they'll be just fantastically welcomed.
There is one more. As I'm looking on screen, Roy Keane has turned into Basil Fawlty. He's got a moustache and he looks like Basil Fawlty, and it's hilarious. So there's another beef.
Did you go 2-1 just before that, Billy?
No, they're just showing the first goal again. It was half time.
All right, okay. Fair enough. And now we may as well get this in while we can as well. This.
So, you just had to open your big damn mouth, did you?
What a shame.
Well, now it's time for all those know-it-alls out there.
A shameful display!
To get shamed by Stato.
No.
Take it away, Stato. Who are you shaming this week?
People who are saying that we've spent too much money, or we spend money, or we're good because of money. it's an easy target, but it's one that I've kept away from for a long time. But in the last week, we've had a lot of nice graphics by surprisingly the media companies that we often get frustrated by. But they've been highlighting. I think it's more because of Lampard's tenure is at risk. They've been highlighting how poor Everton have spent money in recent years.
Yeah.
And they've been showing lots of lovely graphics since I think the furthest back they've gone is about 2016. And it's basically the top six plus Everton and Villa and several other clubs that have significantly outspent, and I mean significantly outspent the rest of the league. And even when it comes to today, Chelsea spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds, window after window, Man United throwing money at it. Fair enough. You guys have the revenue for that. And you're spending what your revenue is. We don't have the revenue, so we're not spending what you are. So it all makes perfect sense. The ones are the ones, the zeros are the zeros. We are spending somewhere just above a mid-table club, but we are performing better. I think financially we should be somewhere between 6th and 10th, 6th and 11th, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And we're not. We're performing above our means because we've spent some, plus we've got a competent set of coaches. And that's essentially it. It's such a cop-out just to say money. I'm sure all of you know watching, Isak's played like 3 games, 60 mil. That's a huge chunk of our financial outlay. Has not played minutes at all. And then when they were comparing, I think it was all these recent posts about goalkeepers. They excluded Nick Pope from the graphics about goalkeepers. I think that was ESPN. We also had the I think they were showing back fours as well. They were putting graphics up of back fours. They completely excluded ours, considering it was, I think it was Chelsea's back four. I think they put Koulibaly in, they put Badiashile in, Fofana. They put the price of Chelsea's back four, and I think ours cost the same as pretty much like Fofana, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's funny. We're going through a bit of a transition because there are periods of time where the media is like, oh yeah, it's really hip and cool to support, the Northeast and Newcastle. They're doing so well. And then when we upset one of the big clubs, it all reverts to type. They have to attack us for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
All about finance. It's all about finances. And as Billy suggested, he didn't mention Man United as well. They were pretty much nailed on to have a Saudi shirt sponsor because of the links and connections to other neighboring state countries. The Saudis, not Man United, the Saudis pulled out of that shirt sponsorship deal, not Man United. So it's just all it's just a bunch of hypocrites essentially from those clubs. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That is shame by
club.
Stato. Thank you, mate. By the way,
with Stato. Oh,
two seconds, Jimmy. Just to let you know, the link is now pinned at the top of the live comments to come and join us on the show. Billy is Quizmaster, so in future weeks you will be able to go against Billy. It's just he's the only one with a trivia book at the minute, so we'll sort that out in time. The link is there. Get yourself on. You can win one of the mugs. You can actually, obviously, play against another mug in me, Alex, Jimmy, or Roy. So the link is pinned. Hit the link. You'll come through to the waiting area, and I will bring you on in time, and we'll get the competition going. So we'll wait for the first contestant to come on. Who has got the balls to do it is the question. Jimmy, what were you going to say?
Just going on what Stato was talking about, because I railed on this on one of my feeds today. Was ESPN put up a thing on. They had Manchester United's defense hasn't given up a goal at Old Trafford since September 4th. What they failed to mention was we had a World Cup. They'd only played 5 games at Old Trafford since then. And 3 of those games were against West Ham, Bournemouth, and Nottingham
Forest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
So
they concede a goal, which just allow for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm like, what kind of clown stat is that?
Well,
That's ESPN.
exactly.
That's ESPN.
Guys, we have our first contestant, and it is Seattle Geordie. Good afternoon.
How is all doing?
We're Arit, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
I didn't expect a Geordie accent from you, by the way.
I know that this is the main reason I'm on. I pretty now knew to put the team.
All right, well, fair enough. No bother. Right, who do you want to take on tonight?
Oh, I got to take on the main man. I got to take on Paul.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll let the guest go first, Billy Bob. So, your first question to see. What's your proper name, by the way?
It's Peter.
Your first question is to Peter, Billy.
Okay, so Peter, your first question then, and the deputy on
Peter Rankins.
Okay, here we go. Which player made more appearances in all competitions for Newcastle? Was it Jackie Milburn, Alan Shearer, Bobby Mitchell, or Shola Amiobi? Which player made more appearances in all competitions for Newcastle? Milburn, Shearer, Mitchell, Amiobi.
I'm thinking it's a trick question. I'm going with Amiobi.
It's Bobby Mitchell, unfortunately, Peter.
He was my second guess.
No soup for you.
There you go. Oh, I don't know why I played twice. I do apologise. Yes, come on then. By the way, don't put the answers in the comments, please, because obviously for obvious reasons. Go on then, Billy. Hit me.
Which player scored 21 goals in the 93-94 Premier League season? Was it Malcolm Allen, Peter Beardsley, Lee Clark, or Alex Mathie?
I'll go Peter Beardsley.
It is Peter Beardsley, quite right.
Come on!
So to keep yourself in it, Peter, Andy Cole. Oh, calm down. Andy Cole was playing for which club before joining Newcastle United? Was it Sunderland, Birmingham City, Arsenal, or Bristol City?
Now you got 5 seconds to answer.
Birmingham City.
It was Bristol City, Peter. Bristol City, unfortunately. Unlucky. So Paul wins the first one.
Sorry, Annie.
Yes. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Cheers, Pete.
Absolute honour, guys. Thank you so much indeed. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Take care.
Well done, mate.
Brilliant. Next, we have another one. Tom, good evening.
Good evening, you all right?
Not too bad. Tom, who do you want to take on tonight?
Ooh, let me see. I'll take on Jimmy.
Oh.
Are you a religious man?
No.
Right. Come on, then, Billy. First question to Tom.
Right.
There's a bit of an echo on Tom's line, but it's all right. It's only for the question, so come on.
Glenn Roeder captained which club before joining the Newcastle United team? Sheffield United, Watford, Queen's Park Rangers, or Leyton Orient?
It's QPR, I think.
I believe you're right. And you're right. Yeah, you're right there, Tom. Jimmy.
Right. Jimmy, come on.
Which player was stripped of the armband by the manager at the time, Ruud Gullit? Was it Barry Venison, Andy Thorne, Rob Lee, or Brian Kilcline?
Rob Lee.
Rob Lee is correct.
Oh, this is a battle.
Oh.
Come on then, next one for Tom.
It would be churlish of me not to go back in history for a question for Tom, so I will do it here. Who captained the side to FA Cup titles in 1951 and 1952? Was it Tommy Walker, Bobby Cowell, Ronnie Simpson, or Joe Harvey?
Joe Harvey.
I believe you're right. Just to make sure, you are right. You are right.
Wow. He's on fire. This is to stay in it, Jimmy.
Right, Jimmy. Which club did Barry Venison captain before coming to Newcastle? Preston North End, Liverpool, Southampton, or Sunderland?
Southampton.
No, I believe it was Sunderland. But we'll have a look. It was Sunderland.
Fuck
Tom,
him.
you've won yourself a mug, mate.
Tom, you've won yourself a mug. Send me your address via email, matey, and we'll get that in the post for you.
Will do.
Thanks, buddy.
Good job.
Well done.
Good job.
Yes,
Good
mate.
job.
Well, there you go. Tom is a winner tonight.
I hope your mug breaks on delivery.
Good evening, Wes.
Good evening, lads. You all right?
How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you, lads.
Good, good. Right, who do you want to take on tonight?
It's got to be Stato, the main
Oh,
man.
Right,
Yes.
first question to Wes, Billy.
Okie dokie. Who managed the team to the 1969 European Fairs Cup? Bobby Robson, Stan Seymour, Kevin Keegan, or Joe Harvey?
Joe Harvey?
Correct.
And already Alex is complaining. Come on.
Stato, who was the club's first manager born outside the British Isles? Was it strange? This is here. Carlo Ancelotti, Rafael Benitez, Osvaldo Ardiles, or Ruud Gullit?
Your mic's off, Alex.
Sounded better.
Rude Hullet.
No, it's Osvaldo Ardiles.
It's Ardiles, man. Oh.
No, to win yourself a mug, Wes.
Wes, this is to win a mug, my friend. Come on.
No pressure.
None.
Who was the club's longest serving manager in total as of 2020? Was it Stan Seymour, Joe Harvey, Kevin Keegan, or Arthur Cox?
Arthur Cox.
Stan Seymour.
Oh, Wes.
That's how you're still in. Still in.
Come on, Stato.
Hard one.
Osvaldo was
Right.
91, 92. I forgot about that. God damn it.
And remember, you got 5 seconds to answer, guys.
Alan
Come on, then.
Pardew managed. Are you ready for this, Stato? Alan Pardew managed which club after leaving Newcastle? West Ham, Crystal Palace,
Oh, Jesus
Southampton,
Christ.
or Charlton?
Crystal Palace.
Jesus.
Correct. Correct.
Oh. No.
One.
All right, Wes. Unfortunately, it's over. But thank you very much for coming on, Wes. You've been
Cheers,
beaten by
lads.
Stato. Good night, buddy.
Good night. See you later. Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Here's Wes.
So that was
God.
Wes. He's gone.
Really?
Now
Paulus didn't want,
we
didn't want
have.
to give away any more mugs.
Will
that
you
question.
shut your cake hole for 1 second? Right, we
God
have
Damn.
Julie J. Are you there? Julie?
She's just giggling.
Julie J.
Well, you know.
Why you nah? How are you doing?
Well, you know.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
No.
Are you there?
All
I can hear
right.
you, Julie. I can hear
Right,
you.
who do you want to play against, Julie?
Billy.
You can't play against Billy, he's got the quiz book.
You can if you want, but I guarantee I'll get them all right.
It's you can have me, Stato, Roy, or Jimmy.
I think she said me.
Stato.
Oh,
Oh.
right,
And
Julie.
just a miss.
Here's your first question.
Okay. Which player was sold to Tottenham Hotspur in July 1997? Nicky Butt, David Batty, David Ginola, or Paul Gascoigne?
Five, 4, 3.
David Ginola.
Correct. It was
Yes,
David Ginola.
Julie.
David Ginola.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Hang on.
You're right.
Stato.
Right, Stato.
From which club did Gary Speed join Newcastle? Swansea, Man United, Peterborough, or Everton?
5, 4.
Can I hear the? Hang on,
Three.
can I hear the? Can I hear the?
Oh, what the
No,
fuck?
no, you've lost.
I don't
No.
know. Everton.
Ro-
Say Everton. Everton. I don't know.
Well, you were, yeah, but you were out of time, Alex. Sorry. Julie, to win a mug, you've got to get this one right, Julie.
I can't say that.
Okay.
That's way too easy.
Okay.
Are you
Come
ready?
on, then, Billy.
Which player scored 6 goals in the 98-99 Premier League out of these 4? Norberto Solano, Gary Speed, Stephen Glass, or Didi Hamann?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Solano.
Solano's correct.
Yes, Julie!
Yeah.
Congratulations, Julie. You have beaten Stato and you've won a mug. So can you send me your address via email and I'll get that sent to you? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you. Good
Well
night.
done, Julie. Well done, Julie.
Right.
So Julie J's a winner. Stato has been beaten twice. And now we have my graph.
Once.
No, you've lost twice, Alex.
Once.
All right.
Twice.
Okay.
And I
Three
said
times a lady.
Everton. I just said it after the timer.
Yes, you did.
Let's add some context to this.
Yeah, but it was a wild guess, though. We have Fez, my graphic man. How are you doing, buddy? Are you there?
Lads, how you doing?
Reed, who do you want to take
you
on
hear us?
tonight, Fez? Yeah, loud and clear. Who do you want to take on?
Go on, since that was my age, roughly.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
got Stato again.
How's Roy
I'm gonna
not
lose, like,
getting
because I'm shit at fucking trivia. So
Right, come on then. Fez, your question coming up right now.
Right, how many goals did Salomon Rondon score in the 18-19 domestic league season? 4, 8, 11, or 15?
the initial thoughts were 9, so I got with 8.
Hang on, what number is it? Number 6 is 11.
Oh, Fez.
You went the wrong way, mate.
Come on then, Alex.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Alex.
Alex, how many goals did Shola Ameobi score in all competitions for Newcastle? 52, 63, 79, or 88?
5.
What was the first one? 50 what?
3.
52.
50 what? 50. Yeah, I'll go with 52.
It was 79, unbelievably.
Oh wow, it's better.
Wow.
Sorry, Charlie.
Right, Fez.
Don't give them against Sunderland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Come on, then, Fez. Here comes your next one.
Who was nicknamed the Newcastle Flyer? Was it Ivor Oldchurch, Faustino Espria, John Jock Rutherford, or Alan Shearer?
5, 4, 3.
The Newcastle what? Sorry, Billy?
Flyer.
Oh, fucking hell. What were the answers?
Oldchurch, Espria, Rutherford, or Shearer?
Rutherford.
It is Rutherford.
Wow. Right, so Alex, you need to get this one right to deny Fez a mug. It is.
Giving away 3 mugs, possibly.
Stato. Which player tallied 9 goals in the 2015-16 domestic league season? Was it Andros Townsend, Papi Dembélé, Iosi Perez, or Alexander Mitrovic?
Cisse.
9 goals. It's Mitrovic.
Oh my God!
Fez, you've got to win a mug.
Fez, you've won a mug, buddy. So just email us your address and I'll get that sent to you, sunshine. Hello?
Put the bong down. Put the bong down, Fez.
Fez, send us your address via email, mate, and I'll get that one out to you.
Mate?
Send us your address and I'll send out your mug. Fez.
I'm on the way to the pub for a pint, so we signal's cutting, lads. Sorry.
Right, send us your address by email.
I don't think he realizes he's won.
I'll send me details, Paul. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, Fez. Right, he's on his way to the pub. Next up, we have Jordan. Good evening.
You all right? Can you hear us?
Yeah, loud and clear. Right, who do you want to take on tonight, Jordan?
I'll take Roy since no one's picked him up tonight.
Oh, bless.
Stato's an easy win.
Yeah.
I like it, Jimmy.
Right, come on then. Jordan's first question. Take it away, Billy Bob.
Okay, Jordan, which player scored 2 goals in the 93-94 domestic league? Robbie Elliott, Barry Venison, Kevin Scott, or Steve Watson?
Steve Watson.
Number 3. It was Steve Watson. Well done.
Right. Next question for Roy.
Roy, which player appeared in more career games for Newcastle? Was it David Craig, Frank Hudspeth, Alf McMichael, or Frank Clark?
I'll go Frank Clark.
Frank Hudspeth.
Oh! Right, Jordan, to win a mug. You get this right, you've won.
Okay, Jordan. How many goals did Fabian Schär score in the 18-19 domestic league season? 7, 5, 4, or 2?
Oh, me.
5, 4.
5.
4.
He's going with 4. He's going with 5. It's 4. Oh no, wrong one, wrong bloody button. Right, Roy, you get this right. You've denied Jordan the chance to win a mug.
Okay, Roy. Which player was shown 2 red cards in the 03-04 Premier League season? Andy Griffin, Ollie Bernard, Andrew O'Brien, or Titus Bramble?
I'll go Bramble.
O'Brien.
Oh my God!
Get in.
I'm worse than Stato.
Everyone's going to pick this from now on.
Well done, Jordan. You've won a mug. Email us your address, buddy, and I'll get that sent to you.
Will do. Thank you.
Cheers, pal.
Well done, Jordan.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Right, we don't have anybody else waiting. We'll keep the link up for around 10 more minutes before the end of the show. So if you want to come on and win a mug, get yourself on like the other guys have. You don't have to put your camera on, just as long as you've got a microphone there, and give it a go. Give it a go. I'll tell you what, it's proven popular. That it's quite a good quiz. That getting the viewers interacting with us. Stato, you've had a Rika story there, Sunshine. I mean, I expected better.
I'm disappointed with the 9 goals in the 2015-16 season. I thought it was Cisse, but it wasn't. He scored 11 in the previous one. I've gone and actually looked up Cisse. Bloody hell, he's a monster when he left us. He scored 22 goals in the Turkish league only a couple of years ago. He's still a very clinical finisher, regardless of where he is. But I was one season off. It was Mitro. I don't remember Mitro scoring 9 though.
Yeah,
have to go back and have a look.
Kungle Fox says he'll hop on next week and he'll have Stato on toast. So there you go. Oh, someone else is stepping up to the plate.
We'll be out of
Geordie
mud.
lad, good evening. Oh, he's gone. He's lost his bottle. His bottle's gone. So we'll wait for the next one to come on. And while that's happening, we will do this. This one.
You wrote it. You posted it. Now deal with the consequences. Let's find out who our winner is for Comment of the Week.
I'm just having a bit of a dance there. Geordie lad's back on. We'll get him on in a second. Comment of the week I am given to the big right hand, simply because he has gone to great lengths to bring us. I think every show we've done this week, he's tried to cheer us up straight away with a Christmas cracker joke. And some have had us laughing a little bit. Some of them were terrible. But Joe, a big right hand. Well done, my friend, for keeping us occupied. And you have won Comment of the Week this week. Now, Geordie lad, are you with us? Geordie lad. Are you there?
Can you hear us?
Oh, yes, loud and clear. How are you doing?
Happy days. Yes, I like.
Right, who do you want to take on?
There's a delay on it. I'm not bad. How's yourself?
Yeah, no problem. Who do you want to take on tonight?
I'll take on you, Paul.
Righty-ho. Right, your question's coming up, Geordie lad. Get ready.
Right, Geordie lad. How many league titles in all divisions have Newcastle won? Is it 4, 8, 9, or 6? 4, 8, 9, or 6?
I'll go 8.
The answer is 8. Correct.
Oh. Damn. Okay, come on then, Billy.
Hey,
Interesting question.
right delay on the extreme, like.
Don't worry.
Paul.
Yeah.
Newcastle United defeated which club to win its first FA Charity Shield? Was it Queen's Park Rangers, Northampton Town, Manchester United, or Tottenham Hotspur?
Northampton Town.
It is Northampton Town, quite right.
Really? Oh my god.
Right, back to you, Geordie lad.
Back to Geordie lad. Which club did the Magpies face in the 50-51 FA Cup final? Was it Sunderland, Birmingham City, Wolverhampton Wanderers?
Apologise for the delay.
We'll let him answer because he's got a delay.
Yep. Which club did the Magpies face in the 50-51 FA Cup final? Sunderland,
I didn't hear him
Wolves.
very well, but I'm going to shout Wolves.
Okay.
I'm normally
Wolves.
looking.
The answer is Blackpool, unfortunately. So, to stop another mug going out, which team did Newcastle United face in the 75-76 League Cup final? Was it Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, or Manchester City?
Manchester City.
Correct. It was Manchester City.
Bosh!
Unlucky, Geordie lad.
Geordie lad, thank you for coming on, matey.
Well done, Paul.
Thanks, bud. Good night.
Cheers, Geordie lad.
Cheers.
There you go. So Geordie lad, unfortunately, failed. I mean, what can I say? He's going against the best. He's the best. The best. But there you go. And just to confirm, Stato has had an absolute castore. But the link is gone now, so that's it for the quiz for this week. We will be back next week with another quiz. So looking forward to that.
I'm hearing there's rumours that Stato's got part shares in a mug making company.
Well, it seems that way, doesn't it? Because he's been disastrous. I think that is a fair word. James says I come on, but I'm only 14. But he can still come on. There's not an age gap. There's not an age problem with this show, mate. You can get yourself on, but obviously it's gone now, so you'll have to wait till next week. Ian says Paul is about as gracious as winner as Mourinho. Yeah. Jordy Howayman says that was great. Julie J says that was fun. Well, you would, Julie, because you've won a bloody mug going against Blummin. Who did you? Stato, of course.
Stato, right?
Yeah. I think you need some more hair dye, Stato. It's the one you're using clearly isn't helping your general knowledge of Newcastle United. Fez says quiz has been a great idea, lads. Really good fun. Like even without the prizes, felt like I was on a 1980s game show. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Well, yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, Billy. I mean, you could literally be. Who am I thinking of? What's his face? No, I'm not going to not after seeing that photo last week, Billy. No chance. No chance. Guys, there will be other prizes apart from mugs. We've got key rings and car stickers and stuff like that. So we will give plenty back. You know, it's only right that we give back to you guys out there as well. I mean, you know, it's an opportunity to win things. You know, just to say thank you for taking part in the channel and things like that. So yeah, that was a good success tonight. So thank you to those guys that did come on, and we'll have more on TTR Friday next week for the quiz. Right. Just before we go, Jimmy, how do you think tomorrow's going to go?
3-0.
3-0. Who do you think's scoring the goals?
Wood.
Oh,
Edward Woodward.
Woodward. Roy, how about you?
I think it's going to be a bit tight. We're not going to have the first 11 on. I'm just going to go with a tight 1-0 Maxi.
1-0 Maxi. So you think Maxi will start tomorrow?
Yes, hope so.
Stipulation, if Edward Woodward does score, it'll be an equaliser.
Interesting. Philly, I just got that. I was bloody miles away. Because I do have our new TTR TTR Friday thumbnail, and basically Susan has designed this. Obviously, for me it's brilliant. So just give me a second while I try and get that uploaded on here. I just need to make sure it's the right file.
Your choice of words is concerning. For you, it's brilliant. Does that mean it's not for
Yeah.
us?
No, it's brilliant for all of us. I think you'll like it. Yeah, I just need to change the format of this, and then we'll get it uploaded. Roy, I mean, can I just ask you a question? If Maxi is on the bench tomorrow, what sort of is that a signal that all is not right, or are you like Alex and just saying he's just literally not fit enough to start?
I didn't say that. Whoa! Before anybody says it, I did not. That's not what I said.
All right, okay. What did you say?
I said that he might just choose people that have been playing and are fit and been playing every game. It doesn't mean that Maxi's not fit. He's just choosing people that have played existing matches, which is Willock and Joe Linton in those positions.
Seriously, you can be such an arse at times, Alex.
I know.
I'm not being misquoted.
Well, God
Are you gonna
forbid.
Are you
Right.
going to take that from a 3-time loser?
I'm not, Jimmy. No, I'm not. I'm not, Jimmy. I won't take that from him. He's had an appalling night, and he's just taking it out on me because he's failed at something he should be damn well good at. But never mind. This is the new TTR Friday. This is the 5 of us coming right up now. And Susan has based this on the old Friends show from the 90s. So this is now the TTR
There are no
Friday.
black people on that show.
All fat people for that matter. Unless I'm Jennifer.
Aisha Tyler was on one.
Oh my God. Anyway, here it is.
Hey, oh, that looks good.
So there you go.
Looks good, that.
So
She's
that
so
will be the
talented.
5 of us that will be. Obviously, I'll put a background in each week for the
You look
thumbnail.
like an extra on your own channel there, and Roy's the king in the middle.
Yeah, I know. Susan, that is a bit of a problem there. Why I'm not in the middle. I don't understand that, but we'll chat about that. But it will be along the lines of that, okay? Susan! That needs sorting out, but I'm just stuck on the end. Thanks for pointing that out, Alex, and make me feel really shit about that. But never mind. It's really kind of you to do so. You're such a twat just because you've had a bad night at the in fact, not just a bad night, an awful night at the quiz. But who am I to say? I'm stuck on the end like a spare part. But never mind. Indeed. But anyway, TTR Friday has come to an end. Thank Christ. Top G says Billy is the new middleman. Alex should be changed to sometimes the Stato.
That was below the belt.
Wow.
I'm not good at historical questions, okay? I can't remember 5 years back, 7 seasons back, whatever it was.
All questions are historical, Alex. Can't
Yes,
ask
they
one
are.
about the future, can you?
Past about 2 seasons, it just
No,
goes
there's
back
no
into the beyond.
Alex, that's shocking. That is a shocking excuse, really, to be honest. But there you go.
The only thing I can remember from Pardew's era is Demba Ba and Pardew headbutting people. I mean,
well,
most of us are the same, to be fair.
That's mostly what he's known for. But but seriously, guys, thank you very much for watching TTR Friday. We hope you've had a laugh with us. It was a good show. That we have a bit of debate, a bit of talk about certain things that have happened during the week, a bit of fun, which I think is how we're going to take the show forward from now on, which I really like that tonight. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button before you go. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and like what you see, and of course the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live, upload, or we schedule in a show. Thank you to the mod squad, who I believe has just been Rachel tonight and Susan. So those two have done a wonderful job keeping the chat going. Thank you very much to them. And thank you to Jimmy, to Roy, to Billy, and to Alex. Join me tomorrow live at 20 to 6 for the match tomorrow night against Sheffield Wednesday. Full commentary here on the Toon Review. Knock the commentary off the telly, listen to me and watch the match. And then we will have a review of that on Sunday at some point, or but just keep an eye out on the channel, and we'll let you know when that is. But from us at TTR Friday, we bid you good night, and hopefully we're through to the 4th round of the FA Cup when we come back next Friday. Have a cracking weekend, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for the live game. And it's 2-2, by the way, in the cup game. We'll see you then, guys. Good night.
Away the lads and lasses.
Good night.